Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to do my next NFL season preview. I done the Buffalo Bills last night. Now I'm here to do the Miami Dolphins. Just want to get this season preview out of the way before I recap Guardians Orioles later, and then the Dodgers game after that, just so I can just chill for the rest of the day. But yeah, let's get right into it. But yeah, as for the Miami Dolphins, this offseason, they re-signed Tua Tagovailoa, to that big 4-year, $250 million extension. They had that restructured contract with Tyreek Hill. They paid Jalen Waddle, so they've locked up those three players for the future. Tua led the league in passing yards last year. It's kind of easy when you got Tyreek Hill on your team, but at one point last year, really, the Dolphins, they appeared to be one of the best teams in the league last year. As both Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill, they garnered plenty of MVP discussion. But that quickly, it just kind of fell apart and went away. They leapt to the finish line as a result of, they've had numerous injuries. Tua, didn't perform well in that wild card game against the Kansas City Chiefs. He kind of just struggles to perform well, in that cold weather. And I still don't know if the Miami Dolphins with Tua is ever going to win a championship. Tyreek Hill, he made the wrong decision leaving Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, the Dolphins last year went 11-6 and lost in that wild card round. But they're running it back. They brought back they restructured Tyreek's contract, and they re-signed Jalen Waddle and Tua. But we'll go over what they added in the offseason with their veteran additions, their early draft picks, what they did with their draft picks, and their off-season losses. Go over their offense and then their defense, and then give my record prediction. So, for the veteran additions they had this offseason, they had a tight end, Johnny Smith, who was on the Atlanta Falcons last year, who Arthur Smith loved, you can tell. Offensive tackle, Jack Driscoll. Center, Aaron Brewer. Defensive tackle, Calais Campbell. Defensive tackle, Neville Gallimore, former Dallas Cowboy. Defensive tackle, Benito Jones. Defensive end / outside linebacker, well, at the time, Shaq Barrett before he retired. Linebacker, Jordan Brooks. That's a good addition there, Jordan Brooks. Linebacker, Anthony Walker. Cornerback, Kendall Fuller. Cornerbacks, Rand Neal. And safety, Jordan Poyer. So that's good. Two good additions there that I like with their veterans is Jordan Brooks and Jordan Poyer. With their early draft picks, I like this pick of defensive end Chop Robinson. Can immediately bring an impact on their pass rush. Offensive tackle, Patrick Paul. Running back, Jalen Wright. And defensive end / outside linebacker, Mo Kamara. Further off-season losses include these players: wide receiver Cedric Wilson, guard Robert Hunt, center Connor Williams, so two offensive linemen there, defensive end Andrew Van Ginkel, defensive end Emmanuel Ogba, defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. That's a big loss there on that defensive line, Christian Wilkins. I don't know how they didn't bring him back. Defensive tackle Raekwon Davis, linebacker Jerome Baker, cornerback Xavier Howard, cornerback Eli Apple, safety Brandon Jones, not the NASCAR driver, but the NFL player, and safety Jerome Baker. So that's their additions. Some additions they added, their draft picks, and some players they lost this offseason. So for their offense this year, their success in 2023 was going to be determined by a simple if-then statement. If Tua Tagovailoa could remain healthy the entire year, then the Dolphins could have a legitimate chance to win the Super Bowl. Else they would miss the playoffs, or once again sneak in as a lower seed and lose right away. This proved to be incorrect, but also right at the same time. Instead of him, Tua suffered an injury, half the roster did. Instead, he had a great year. He threw for 4,624 yards and 29 touchdowns, completed 69% of his passes. And he played all 17 games, so he stayed healthy for that season. Though it's wrong to assume they can remain on the field all year just because he had one completely healthy season. You need to see him stay fully healthy. One of the primary players to suffer an injury was Tyreek Hill during the season. He recently turned 30, so perhaps injuries will begin to pile up for him when he's healthy. However, he continues to be one of the most dangerous threats in all of football with his speed. Jalen Waddle, another dynamic receiver, was just rewarded with a big contract extension, $84 million. And there wasn't any sort of depth behind Hill and Waddle last year, so they signed Odell Beckham. The veteran wideout obviously isn't nearly the same electric player he once was. But he's had some bright moments for the Ravens this past season. Dolphins also signed Johnny Smith, a mediocre tight end, but big upgrade at the position from what they had last year. Teron Armstead also suffered an injury, missing 7 games as a result. So he's one of the most talented left tackles in the NFL, but he's just He's just unreliable. He'll return as a starter once again, but Miami can't count on him playing most of the season. Like, Austin Jackson didn't miss time last year, but barely played. Obviously, he isn't nearly skilled, but he's a fine blocker. There's some concerns with interior blocking. Robert Jones and Isaiah Wynn combined to play just 14 of 34 games in 2023. They lost a tail to Robert Hunt in free agency. Center Connor Williams they lost. Aaron Brewer, I mean, he had a decent season for Tennessee in 2023. I just don't know. I mean, they had another threat in the backfield, Jalen Wright. As for their defense, they suffered some injuries last year. Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb. They're going to probably be rehabbing to start the season. They got Chop Robinson. Zach Saylor, who recorded 10 sacks last year, he really stepped up. Obviously, going to miss Christian Wilkins. Jerome Baker. They're going to miss. I mean, he was better than Jordan Brooks last year. They added a good addition, Jordan Poyer. As for their record this year, I'm going to say a 10-7 record for the Miami Dolphins. So, yeah, it's really all I got to say for this preview. Their draft was okay. They really used their first two picks to help their defensive front and the offensive tackle. Patrick Paul's a great pick. Malik Washington was a good pick. I really liked that pick. That was a steal because he was really good at Virginia. And Taj Washington, two really underrated picks there at receiver who can make big time plays. But yeah, it's really all I got to say for this video. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.